It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to meet the Muppets on the Muppet Show tonight.
Hello, sweet peas. I think it's time for another big cleaning and decluttering video. I feel like it's been, like about 6 months? 5 months since the last one. And it's spring, you know? I feel like when the sun starts to come out, I get really rejuvenated, as a lot of people do, from the winter months being over. With that, there's a couple of special things that I want to clean. I feel like that's the purpose of spring cleaning. It's not just laundry, dishes, normal stuff. We're gonna do some of that stuff too, but I feel like spring cleaning is let's clean behind the fridge. Let's actually clean out our car. You know, some kind of less exciting things that need to happen. They need to happen. I'll be happy when they happen. I don't know if you can see the room behind me. Lots of things need to happen. I made a list of all the things that I want to get done so that I wouldn't forget anything. I also might add things to this as we go through, just as things come up naturally. I really need to clean under our kitchen sink. I spilled half a bottle of cleaning solution a month ago under there. I haven't been back to see the results of that. I also really need to do a digital clean out of my phone, and we finally got an external hard drive for me to put some things on. Our entire front hallway is filled with stuff. I really need to clean the fridge coils. We haven't done it since we moved in. They're covered in dust. It's important that we do it to keep our fridge working good or whatever. That's what they say anyway. I also really want to clean the dishwasher, which I've never done. And we can do that together. I believe in us. But I'm cleaning out the fridge and the freezer and the front closet. We have a ton of things we need to take to the garage to store for baby number 2, which is years down the line, just so that they're not sitting in the baby's room or in the hallway or just here taking up space. I really got to clean out my car. My car is not looking good. You know, life gets busy. You leave a bunch of coffee cups in your car and all of a sudden your car is super dirty. Come on. We're working on making a recipe binder. We have been kind of adding new recipes to our mix, and it's so annoying to go find the recipe on our phone or in our notes, or maybe we saved it on TikTok or whatever. So we are collecting the ones that we already know that we like, putting them in a recipe binder, and then we have a printer upstairs. So as we find ones that we want to try, we're just going to print them out. Worst case, we can recycle the paper if it's a horrible recipe. But best case, we can just write down notes in the binder, have it ready to go. Also then if our Wi-Fi was down or, you know, our phone broke or whatever, we would still have access to them because they're physically here. I am going to take it slow. I'm just going to do the hallway today, I think. And then Felix has some work to do this afternoon. So I'm going to start there. I'm going to take you with me and we are going to have a good time. Yeah. All right, this is where we're starting in the foyer hallway area. It's just a lot of random stuff. And this is just kind of where it's ended up. So, you know, I felt it was a good place to start. Now here's the other thing. I'm about to move a mattress right through here. This is the mattress path. Keepsake box. That's a problem for future me. It's too small. I'm gonna try and fold the blankets in a more aesthetically pleasing way. It's hard because none of them match, because they're all either gifts or thrifted. And that's the way we like it around here, but I think we can make it a little cuter. I just need to make our shoes make a little more sense. And then this blue basket is stuff that belongs to other friends. And then this is just a bunch of old mail in our little mail holder. So I don't think it'll take long, but I have been putting it off for a really long time. We have our kids clothing swap in Salem at the end of April. And I'm putting stuff that's gonna be for that in this box. We're gonna have much more than just one box's worth, but that way I have like a space to put things in as I like pass it. This is a baby carrier that never fit me. My sister gave it to us from when she had her kids. And then we also have a baby gate that ended up not working for us that we're gonna take. Baby shoes. Okay, I'm gonna put the friends bin in here so that it's not sitting on top. And then maybe it'll at least be a little more aesthetically pleasing. This is extra baby lotion. Maybe I should keep this upstairs. This pillow, a girl who I'm sure doesn't even really remember that I did a directing scene with in college, bought these for her directing scene, and I was an actor in it, and I have moved it. She was like, I don't really have room for these in my house. Like, she bought them because she couldn't find like the right vibe. So they were probably like, I don't know, there's 2 of them. They were probably like $10. I moved them from Mobile to Florida, to our first apartment here, to here. And they aren't great, but they're fine. I've washed them. As you can see, it's like got threads coming out. I'm not gonna donate it. I think I am gonna keep it because I love a throw pillow and I don't have that many. But I think soon I need to make a pillow cover for it because the colors don't really go with anything that I have anymore. But it's like, they do not make stuff this good. And this was only like 2014, so like 10 years ago. And it's still, it's like, as far as fluffiness, it's really held up. This, I think I've explained before, we keep it here. The bathroom is this door and our washer and dryer are in there. It's where we put like rags or random things that need to get washed. So it's like a mini dirty hamper. And when I first put something there like that, I was like, I don't know if we'll really use it, but I think it's smart. Genius. Smartest thing I ever did, because what I hated was we use like rags for cleaning instead of paper towels. What I hated was taking rags and taking them all the way to our room, which is the only other dirty hamper, or having to like open the bathroom or wait for someone to come out of the bathroom if someone was in there. So yeah, if you've got a weird spot in your house where you're like, maybe I would be better about keeping this area clean if I had a second dirty hamper, just put one there, see if it helps. And then I think I'm gonna use this other tiny bin that had random baby stuff from like newborn times right here and put the baby shoes in it. He doesn't walk around, so he doesn't really need shoes, but we do have them. So I put them with the other shoes, you know what I mean? Do y'all change out your shoes for the season? Because that's what I'm doing. I don't ever wear these. They're kind of too small. I think I'm gonna donate them. Or maybe I'll sell them because I haven't worn them much. These are my house shoes that I wear around the house. I should be wearing them right now so my feet won't hurt as much, but I am not wearing them. I'm also gonna wipe the shelves down because, you know, you should do that every now and again. It's just nice. Probably should have done it before I put the shoes where I want them, but now I know where I want them, so it won't take long. I just got Chacos. I try to not buy shoes new very often if I can, but I had Chacos in college and I wore them literally everywhere. I loved them. I lost them and I really, really wanted a new pair, and I'd been eyeing them for like months, and I didn't really care what color. What I did last time was I bought the cheapest color that there was, and I was very happy with them. So anyway, they had like a huge sale, and I got some that were originally $105 for $56, and I am so excited to wear them this summer. I'm so excited. It's also Birkenstock season. My Birkenstocks are 5 years old at this point. I love them so much. I have really bad like plantar fasciitis, like, and flat feet. Not really bad, it could be way worse. But anyway, since having Birkenstocks the summers, so nice. I've seen where people buy Birkenstocks just to have like as house shoes and say it helps a lot. I'm not buying, Birkenstocks are so expensive. I'm not buying another pair to be house shoes. And I am the kind of person that doesn't want to wear my outside shoes around the house, you know what I mean? So that's not happening for me anytime soon. But I do have Crocs that I wear around the house, and I think it helps. Probably not as much as Birkenstocks would, because that's what they say, but I'm not a foot doctor, so I don't know. Is this the most aesthetic place to leave Eucerin lotion? No. But it is the one place where Felix remembers where it is, and so this is where it lives. You know? And sometimes you gotta make your house functional. Okay, we've come to my Mount Everest. Felix and I have this system with our mail where we just don't open it for a month, and then I open it all at once. And it could be a much worse system, honestly. It could also be a better system. Our little COVID cards are in here. The good thing about mail is you can recycle a lot of it, so that's nice. That's something. These are pictures of the baby. I forgot we printed these. Wow, postpartum really is just a heck of a time. You really just forget all kinds of stuff. This should go in important documents. These probably should too. This is trash. We have a Starbucks gift card from, does it say when they sent it? From when the like big boycott started. We closed out our Starbucks account. They were like, sorry to see you go, and they'll empty it out, but they send it to you in a Starbucks gift card. I have no idea how to turn it into real money. If anyone knows how, let me know. I know there used to be a way. I also have a Dunkin' gift card that someone sent us, which is very sweet, but we don't have Dunkin' here. And so I keep meaning to send it to my best friend because they have Dunkin' where he lives, and I just keep forgetting. So I'm gonna stop putting it in there. Also, sorry you can't see it. I'm scared I'm gonna accidentally show our address. So instead you're just gonna look at me. These are little notebooks that were sent to the P.O. box forever ago. I totally forgot. They were just sitting in here. Thank you, Lindsay. That's very sweet. These are things that I need to put somewhere. This is a discount for one of my favorite small shops. And Rosie, who cleaned our house like in November, can't lose her information. Okay, this is our monthly stickers from Lemon's Patreon. Oh, they're so cute. Oh my God, they're so cute. Look how cute. We get 2, even though I'm pretty sure we don't pay for 2 because Lemon knows there's 2 of us, which is very sweet. Check for Felix from Sunny's house because Felix has art that they sell there. You can buy it online if you're interested. Okay, this is where we left off. The desk is staying here because it's the only place it can be where the baby doesn't really hang out. That box is regular donations for the thrift store. Cleaned this bad boy off. Everything's looking much better than it was. I do really need to vacuum. I will not be doing that right now because the vacuum's upstairs and it is dinner time. But much, much better. Definitely, again, not the most cohesive or aesthetic house that we have, but it is lived in and loved, and I love it. Oh, hi there. The time has come to clean out my car. Couple things that I hope we find. My keys have been missing for like a month. I've only been using Felix's keys. This is very unlike me incredibly unlike me. I put my keys in the same place every day when I get home. So I really hope they're in the car somewhere, because if not, they are just like lost. I've never completely lost my keys, but you know, first time for everything. We've also got like 4 or 5 baby bottles missing that I think are probably under the seats. So hopefully we find those. My tummy hurts. I'm being really brave about it to still be cleaning up my car, even though my tummy hurts so bad because I ate too many biscuits and gravy for breakfast. But I'm a warrior. I'm a survivor. All right, we gotta do it. I locked the car. I locked my phone in the car. Did I lock the keys in the car? No. Keys are over here. That would have been so bad. Oh my God. Whew. That was a close one. Okay, keeping the keys over here is clearly a safe place for them. Maybe I should start with these stickers that I want to get off. Maybe, yeah, let's start with that. I wonder if there's a tool I can use. I think we're taking all of them off. I mean, Baby Yoda has held up pretty good. I think it's just, we're kind of in a less sticker, less noticeable car era. Like a teeny tiny scraper. Yeah. Let me try these other ones. Good news, those aren't going anywhere. I'm gonna Google it, see if there's a hack.
Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel.
All right, the internet said WD-40, which I do have, but Aaron also has this glass cleaner stuff. It can't hurt, right? Hey! Okay, not so much on the new sticker, but something's happening. Come on, you. I know you're tired of being here. All right, let's try the WD-40 one. I mean, so basically 2 down. I think if I gave this another round. Hey, girl, that looks great, girl. Look at that. Good as new. Yeah, let me let these guys think about what they've done. It ain't much, but it's something. That's pretty good. All things considered. Now this one, maybe if I just kind of like, maybe if I can like rub it into these edges. Please come off of the car. You've been here way too long. Just updating the group chat that I'm working really hard. I like to keep them in the know. I am stronger than this one sticker. Hey, how you doing? Just a girl who made a mistake 4 years ago. I'll bring it back when I'm done.
1 hour later.
They said it couldn't be done. But look. Clean corner. Okay, good news and bad news. Everybody's off except Baby Yoda. He must be structurally integral to the car because, like, I've gotten nothing off. So, he's staying. Hopefully the rest of this I can do in a cute little aesthetic way. Cue the music. Guess what? My period started and now I'm evil. I tried to make a bagel this morning. Please look.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it.
But the good news is I can postpone kissing myself because I have leftover Olive Garden from Bo's birthday last night. So I'm having calamari and like 5 bites of fettuccine alfredo breakfast. And you know, they say that is the real breakfast of champions, I think. Okay, I know my hair's a little crazy. Hey, I'm just a regular girl. Sometimes I wake up and I haven't showered, and that's okay. Today, we're gonna start with the baby's room because I want to film a nursery tour later. So it seems like a good place to start. Really need to switch out sheets, clean the glass top of the dresser, things like that. So I don't think this will take more than like 10 minutes, but I think it will feel very refreshing. That was what I wanted. Feels good that that's done. It only took, yeah, maybe 30 minutes from literally starting, including moving the camera around and stuff. Sorry to ruin the magic. I did have to move the camera around between things. I think now I'm going to either do the bathroom or that front closet next. I think that will feel invigorating. And while I'm still at, I borrow the upstairs vacuum. We had a vacuum downstairs. It doesn't work. It doesn't suck anything up. I've cleaned it out a couple times. It'll work for like a few times and then it gets it's like, I don't even know. I don't know. But we got it as a gift from Blake. Thank you, Blake. A couple of years ago. I don't know what to do with a vacuum that doesn't work. I don't know if I should put it on Facebook Marketplace for free and be like, if you know more about vacuums, you'll have a better shot. But anyway, right now we just keep borrowing the upstairs vacuum because it's really nice and I don't want to buy a new one when there's one upstairs that works. So anyway, let's move on to that. All right, this is the entry hallway that we did the other day. I know you're thinking, oh man, there's already stuff in here, and you're right, but it's because I have to take this one and this stuff back here up to the storage. I think what I'm gonna do is get and label this stuff that needs to go in the garage. Just put it in the elevator for now. And I think after first nap, we can get Shelly to watch the baby long enough for us to take all of this to storage. And then we're gonna work on that closet. This is our starting point for the closet. I actually filmed a video all by itself of me cleaning this out last year and then we never edited it and posted it. It's actually stayed in fairly good shape, but I think we can make it a little bit better. I also Really need to take this soft plastic to be recycled. There's our vacuum that doesn't work, which I think will stay in here for now still because I have nowhere else to put it. And then I think it's time we go through these little pockets again. I'm gonna bring the 6-foot table out here, which is what I did last year, because I think it helps organize things, but yeah, we'll see. Okay, it's your least favorite part. Bags. The problem is these are all really good. Okay, I'm gonna remind you of the bags you have. Come over here in the camera.
This is Maki Moose. I thrifted him. I made him a little tag that says Maki Moose. One of my absolute favorite items to come upon in the wild is what I call lovingly a fucky Mickey. Because there is so many things of Mickey Mouse that are not made by the Walt Disney Company and are insane. I used this fabric from the Haunted Mansion to line it. I think if I put better straps on him, he would be usable. Intended to be a children's backpack. I think that's obvious.
When you had Q-tip head.
My shoulders weren't all wide and beefy like they are now. Oh, it's such a good bag.
They were so popular.
They were so popular. They're Swedish school children bags. And they were like, this is the most comfortable bag you'll ever use.
That's not true.
It's a terrible. They're super uncomfortable. And I also was skinny when I was wearing this, and it was still uncomfortable. And then Hannah, who was skinny and is still skinny, also didn't think they were very comfortable. It's the Kanken Mini. This I would love to function as something that I could wear also, to be fun and insane. I love it.
Do you remember when we bought this hand cream? We were like, do you remember? We were like 2 days postpartum. I was crying. My hands hurt because they were so dry, which is crazy because it was summer. And I was like, we have to get lotion right now. Maybe I was in the 3rd trimester. Maybe it wasn't 2 days postpartum. But it was like, I was very emotional. Okay, and you want to keep Animal Crossing? It's so cute.
We are in a period of time in our life right now where we're not doing a lot of bag using.
That's the thing.
That doesn't mean we're never going to use a bag again.
That's how it
You
feels.
love to do this thing. It's like slacks, where you're like, we don't go to anything fancy. And then when you do need a weird little small size bag, you don't have it. This is actually a rare fucking mini. I got this in Weed, California.
Oh, that's right.
We stopped in Weed, California
On the way home from
to buy
San
a sweatshirt for my little brother that says enjoy weed because
That's funny.
they love the town that they've never been to.
Right.
And they had all of these weird little like handmade, I want to say this was probably the worst one. Now we call her Flesh Minnie and the baby loves her. By the way, this is supposed to be a bow on her head. What it is instead 2 strings. So funny. She has stumps for hands.
We thrifted this a long time ago, way before we were pregnant. Maybe before we were even trying to get pregnant. And I'm so excited to put the baby's pictures in it. It's so silly, but it's so cute. We have also a ton of N95s. We find them at thrift stores, like completely sealed in boxes all the time. And so we usually buy a box or 2 when we see them. We use them if we're gonna be like inside somewhere for kind of a long time, just because, like, you know, we like not being sick. So if you're ever at the thrift store, go to the weird section. You might see some solar powered light that I probably should charge. I have not done that, but one thing about me is I'm gonna reuse a diaper box. I keep a diaper box. It's also what my donations are in on the ground over here. They're a great size. I got these as an estate sale. I love them. Anything that's like as seen on TV, it's always like a really good invention, but I was never gonna call and order it. You can always find stuff like that at estate sales. I don't know why these come in these little things. Maybe if you're storing it for a super long time. Oh, this one's basically full, so I'll keep it in this little plastic thing. But we use masking tape to label things. We would never normally buy the super nice kind, but that's just what we have right now. And it's cheapest to use what you have instead of buying something else. So it's so much tape. Okay. So yeah, I have tape and packing stuff. So there's like a little bit of rope and like the plastic wrap you wrap around things. I don't use it as much because obviously we don't, it's not like we move a lot. This is the treasure box. People send us like a lot of little tiny stuff that we just like don't need. Or like this is a weird hat when I ordered the wrong size hat for Woody. So it's like people send us a lot of keychains or like tiny soaps from like their small business, and like we're obviously very grateful, but like we don't need that many. So whenever I send people packages, like care packages, I always like get stuff out of here, because when people send us, when very sweet peas send us things, I want to make sure they get like used and loved, and we don't always have the space or the ability to do that. So this way they get sent to friends of mine who will love them, or you know, stuff like that. All right, this is where we've ended up. It looks so much cleaner, and we have room for other things as we find things that like don't really have a place. And the 6-foot table can fit in here, which it did not have a place to go before. And then I also labeled the weird things that I put in this weird spot. And we have room for other things here. Here in the closet, I put this up. It was like one of the first things I put up when we moved in. And I thought I did it right, but I must not have because it doesn't stay. So now I've just taken all the heavy things off of it and just sat them next to it. But it holds a couple things, and I think that's what matters. And then I've got like a nice pile of recycling that I need to take. Hopefully tomorrow, we'll see if I have time, and a donations box. I don't know if they will take the air conditioner filter, but with the new air conditioner we have, we don't need it. So I think Habitat might take it. The stuff that we need to take to the garage later is also set aside. So the foyer only stayed really clean for like 2 minutes, but you know, it's never perfect. What can you do? Like 2.5 hours later, I've deleted like 1,500 photos and videos that I didn't need. Go me. I'm here on the cold, cold ground to do under the sink. I feel like this is everyone's least favorite place, just because like it's just so much weird stuff. Let me show you what's in here. So I feel like it's all like, you know, pretty normal stuff. It's not that this is bad. Honestly, it'll probably only take like 5 minutes. But like, do you see how this is just like a bunch of stuff I've just been throwing under here for so long? And now it's a problem. After this, I'll probably do the fridge and the freezer since they're right behind me. Okay, these are stainless steel wipes. Do need those. I've got, I think, a couple of things of Rinse Aid that I'm gonna like combine. We put all of our dishwashing stuff in here and refill it from the big one because it's so annoying to open this little tab. It's just annoying. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you why, but I think it's annoying. So we have a jar and we use that. And we have a scoop from baby formula that we use. So we know it's like 1 scoop. I need to refill the white vinegar that goes under here. More Rinse Aid. These are my gross gloves. I use them to do things like clean out the dishwasher, which we will also be doing. My therapist is calling me. She thought we were meeting, but we're meeting next week. This is where all that stuff spilled. You think I could put these screwdrivers in the dishwasher just this one time? I'm gonna do it. Because if not, we have other screwdrivers if they get messed up. Baking soda. This is in case there's a fire. We also have a fire extinguisher handy in the pantry, which is much closer than under the sink to the stove. Okay, yeah, let's combine all this Rinse Aid into one giant Rinse Aid. And refill the white vinegar, and that is it. Probably less than 5 minutes, honestly. And I've been putting it off for so long. Hello. I think this is going to be our last task together because it's going to be horrible and we're just going to have to do a part 2. I've been avoiding doing this since the baby was born, so 10 months. I think you're supposed to deep clean your dishwasher every like other month or something like that. I've got my gross stuff gloves. I don't like to use the same ones that I use for dishes.
Dirty jobs gloves.
Dirty jobs gloves. I've also never done this. So we're gonna be figuring it out together. Just did some Googling. I don't think it'll be that hard, but I'm nervous. I'm taking this out. Okay, I mean, it's gross, but it could be much grosser. And then what is this? Oh no.
What?
It made a noise. I mean, I'm not gonna give you a close-up on that, but it is gross. These are all the things that need to get washed. It sounds like after I clean this filter, I put it back in, and then I run the dishwasher on like a super hot empty wash with just like a bowl of vinegar in it. I'm not looking forward to this, but I can do it, and my dishwasher will thank me. I'll come back when it's done. Okay, sweet peas, this is where I leave you. We're gonna do a part 2 where we finish up our list because I still need to do the bathroom. I obviously still need to do our bedroom. And there's a couple other places in the house that I wanna get to as part of like a refresh. But we've done a lot. We did it together. I feel like it's so much easier to do things when I bring you guys along because it's like, I'm not alone, you know what I mean? Like, we're doing it as a group. Sorry for my squeaky chair. If you stayed to the end, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Just being here and watching our videos is just the most incredible way for you to support us. But if you're looking to find us other places, we are on basically every platform except for Twitter/X. We're on Instagram under the same name, CouplaGoofs. We are on Blue Sky. We're on Threads. We have a Pinterest that we're kind of getting back into. We also have a Patreon where we post weekly, sometimes every other week, just like 30-minute videos that aren't edited of just us talking about what's on our mind, what we've been up to, what we want to hear from you guys, asking like kind of questions about what kind of content you might want to see, things like that. So if you really like our vibe and you want to support us that way, that's incredible. But also, again, just being here and watching these is more than I could ever ask. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and make sure that you're subscribed. I know sometimes I at least like watch a couple of videos from a person and then I realize I'm not even subscribed to them. So, you know, make sure you're subscribed, turn on notifications. That's also really helpful. We're not really like a product focused channel. We don't really do like an Amazon storefront or anything like that. But if you ever see anything in any of our vlogs that you want to know more about, happy to send the link over or at least tell you where you can try to find it secondhand. The world is so scary, but you are so lovely. So I hope you go out there and you do something silly goofy. Okay, I love you, sweet peas. Goodbye. Okay, quiet on set, please. Hello, sweet peas. My hand is so weird. I'm also not very well lit, so maybe I'll get the...
Oh, let me give you some shots. Shots.
Garçon?
We have a link for this garçon.
I know. I'm not the garçon. I'm Morgan. I am all powerful against the sticker gods. They may taunt me, but they will not best me. Trying to win points in front of the audience. Hello. I think this is gonna be our last task. Did I say that right? Look at how he looks. I stood up to hit record and this is just what's on the screen. Oh, it's already recording. I forgot.